Hello, welcome back to Tutorial 3. In today's episode or update, work inside the shed. Finally, we can start a bit inside the shed and also give a break a bit to outside work. At the same time, today is really hot. It's really nice to work inside. We have to do a couple of things inside according to the plan.
Number 2 is the inside. At the moment, it's actually quite well done, but it hasn't been painted, so it's just very dark and grey inside. So we're going to take everything out, paint it all white. There are a few gaps around the shed where like lizards and other animals can come in. We found like a dead rat in there when we were cleaning out, so we just want to fill in all of the holes, paint, and then we'll make like a kind of storage system to have tools and all of the other shed stuff.
We need to fill the gaps. We have several gaps around where the piping is going out or in from the electricity. Also, there were some small holes for the screws and these things. They need to be filled. After that, we are going to fill the gaps around the roof with the expanding foam. After that, we are going to finally paint it. I'm going to fill the big gaps. After that, gonna fill the small gaps with the plaster, I think it's called. Hopefully we can manage to think it today. So let's go. It's a bit hard to work there because down there and there's not too much space to work, and also it's a bit dark. I put a light. Hopefully I will manage so I can record it properly. So the first hole, the biggest hole is done. I thought that was mixing was enough for all of it, but unfortunately, of course not. And there was another moment during this renovation. I guessed mixing is enough. So there was another such a moment. Now I need to wait for this to dry. The other holes are a bit deep. There is nothing behind the holes that holding it. So when you push it, it just goes in and in and in. This one was alright because there was a brick behind it, but the others are not like that. So I might go with extending foam. See from that, but first I will wait for this to dry. So now I'm gonna go on the top and fill the gaps. We put the foam on the top. I'm not really happy with the result, but we need to wait for 2 hours. So I will wait for 2 hours and see if it's going to work or not. At the same time, we are going to fill the small gaps on the walls with plaster. We already mixed the plaster and just gonna apply to the walls now.
Ultimate success!
So, the foam is all right now. All this one on the sides and small holes around. And I will cut them and make them flat surface. My favorite material to work with, but it does the job. And that was the only option, to be honest, from this side. I will see how it looks like. Maybe I can go a bit plaster on it, but I will decide this when we are about to paint. I took off the extra foam. Some of them are alright, some of them are not. Because maybe it's just because that we didn't know what we are doing and we applied wrongly, or maybe some of the bottles were not great, or maybe it's just like we were super fast. So the problem is that some of the holes, the foam from the outside is okay, but from inside it makes bubbles. When you cut it, the bubbles are exposed. Right now I am going to fill the big cups with the extra foam slowly. And from there we see if there are small bubbles, it's not a big problem, but the big bubbles we need to take care of. I will show you what I'm talking about. This one is more or less alright, this one more or less alright, but if you come to here, for example, this one is not, and this one is totally empty almost, big hole. This one is okay. Now I need to fill these cups with the extra. The good thing is from bottom, they are okay. At this stage it's just a matter of how it's looking like. So most probably it filled all the gaps behind, practically what we needed. I taped all the edges and covered the pump and filter for the pool with the plastic sheet. And now we are going to paint it. First we're gonna paint the half of the room, because other half here there are batteries which need special needs. So we will do this thing later. First half.
Let's go.
Sit back, relax and enjoy. For us it's not that easy. So we are continuing painting. At the moment we painted the big areas with the roller, and now doing the small bits on the sides with the brush. Once all these details finish, we will get rid of all the sheet that we covered, start to paint in between and make the detail work. We go from top to bottom, because working on the top is really hard, especially it's a long time. When you do your neck like this all the time, it's quite tiring. tapes around that I put just to protect it a bit and see what is under. Fortunately, we can't really touch this area too much with the paint or the electricity. We don't want to take any risk here. Of course, again we are working in the late, something that we can't really run away with, I think. It's like really small areas, but it's dark now and it's not really possible to see everything. And most probably you will see the final result in the morning.